Hey everyone, today's video is about excuses. The title I've given it is to stop making excuses and just do it. Let me introduce myself. My name is Lynn Schrader and I empower men and women to step outside of their comfort zone and begin living a life that they could have never imagined. So excuses, we all make them, right? We all make them. Our mind wants comfort. Our mind wants ease, the easy way out, and it doesn't like change. It's just the way we're geared. So we do all kinds of things to save us from discomfort, from change, and from difficulty. Here's the definition of excuses. Excuses are rationalizations that we make to ourselves about people, about events, about circumstances, and about opportunities. And they're reasons that we create in our mind to defend our behavior, to postpone taking any action, or to simply, excuses are simply a means to neglect our responsibility. Excuses, we all make them. Now there's two main reasons, very common reasons why we make excuses. And those two are because we're fearful or we doubt our ability. Here's the truth, and this is a quote by Dave Deodato. He was that big real estate investor from the 80s, and he said this, and I love it. And here's what he said. He said, "No one ever excused his way to success." No one ever excused his way to success. Now, today's video is really talking to those people out there, not the ones that are making excuses about doing the laundry or going grocery shopping or breaking up with that girl or that guy. That's not the excuses I'm talking about today. I'm talking about the people who have big plans, big goals, big dreams, but they're making excuses to keep them from achieving those. So when Dave Deodato says no one ever excused their way to success, he could not have been more true to facts. Here's another quote that I love, and Henry Cloud said this one, and he said, "An excuse is a way of promising ourselves we will have that same issue again." Isn't that great? When we make excuses, the issue or the opportunity or the circumstance doesn't go away. It stays there. I guess opportunities can go away though if we don't act on them. But an excuse is a way of promising ourselves that we're going to have that same issue over and over unless we address it now. So I've come up with 8 excuses that are so common for people who stay away from that dream or that goal or that vision that they have for themselves to bring value to the world. And I want you to ask yourself, does this sound familiar? Now, in this video, I want you to stick around because I want to tell you something pretty exciting at the end of it. Number one, here's a common excuse, and it is, I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. I don't believe in myself. This is often said by that cowardly lion inside of us. This is said by people who have taken stories that they've told themselves for years and years about them not being well equipped to do that, or they can't do it. They're not smart enough. They're not savvy enough. They're not, they don't know numbers, whatever. This is the excuse that people who've told themselves stories for years and years will say, I can't do that. I'm not good at that. Do you recognize that one? Number two, here's a common one, and it is, I don't really have enough time for that. I'm too busy. It's the B word excuse. I'm too busy. Well, you know what? I'm going to call BS on that B word because you're not too busy. The solution to busyness is to begin prioritizing what's important now. In one of my business, we often refer to that as our wins. What's important nows. Start prioritizing. What are the non-negotiables in your life? What are the urgent things in your life? What are the not so important? What are the important? And begin making yourself a schedule, and you will see that you're not too busy. You're not too busy. It is an excuse. You recognize that one? Number three is, I might fail. I might fail. And life is really supposed to be easy and not about failure. Wrong. That's another I'm going to call BS on that excuse. The pain that you feel today will be the strength that you feel tomorrow. I promise you. We learn from our mistakes. Here's a great example. Today, I have I was sending an email out to a segment of my contacts, and it was just supposed to go to that particular segment of my contacts. This email that I sent out, anybody else that would have received it would have went, what is this about? But I made a mistake. I sent it to everybody in my email network. Everybody got the wrong email. Big mistake when you're in business to send out the wrong email when people don't even know what it's about, or they don't want it because they didn't sign up for that email. And I did it. But you know what? I've already grown from it. I already know that the pain that I felt this morning is going to be the strength that I feel tomorrow, because I won't do that again. And I was able to process it and know that it was part of just life. You got to do the difficult things, and life is not easy. Number four is, I can do it later. I can do it later. No, you've got to do it now, because sometimes later never comes. Are you guaranteed tomorrow? I'm not guaranteed tomorrow, and neither are you. The would have, could have, and should have comments in our life are really nasty words, because they're regretted words. They're words that we say with regret. You need to do it, whatever it is, that dream, that goal, that plan, that thing that you want to bring value to the world with. You need to do it now. One of my coaching clients, I was speaking to her yesterday during one of our sessions, and she said that, the would have, could have, should have, and we had a conversation around it. Don't make excuses. Do it now. You're not guaranteed tomorrow. Number five, if I do that, whatever that is, I'm going to look silly. I'm going to look stupid. I'm going to look ridiculous. And what are people going to say or think about me? Well, guys, the truth of the matter is, with that excuse, it doesn't hold water, because people are more concerned about themselves really than what you're doing, you're saying, you're acting, whatever. People really care more about themselves than they do what's going on around them. Actually, one of my courses that I have out right now, called Rise Above the Noise, it's about that, not caring what other people think of you. I'm going to drop that link to that course. I think you'll like it. I'm going to drop it in the comment section below, because guys, you've got to follow your dream, your passion, your purpose, and put your blinders on and not care what other people think of you. People are really concerned about themselves more than they are about what you're doing. Number six is the excuse of, it's too late. It's too late. I'm too old. I should have done that when I was in my whatever. It's too late. Guys, it's never too late to make things great. Here are some examples of people who did things, great things, that were late in their life. There was a woman who ran a marathon at 90 too. Her name was Gladys Burnett. There was a man who climbed Mount Fuji at 100. John Glenn went into space for the first time at 77. Colonel Sanders created the recipe for Kentucky Fried Chicken at 65. Ben Franklin signed the Declaration of Independence at 70. Ronald Reagan began working in politics, his political career, at 55. Grandma Moses, a famous painter, did not begin painting until she was 76. You don't have the excuse of it's too late, and neither do I. Number 7, I don't know how to get started. Oh my goodness, that's a really big one I'll call BS on, because guys, we are in the internet age. We are at the time in our life where we can find out and figure out how to do anything with a little click of a button. That's not an excuse you can make. And here's the last one, number 8. I don't know the right people. Guys, the world is a big network. My coaching client that I spoke to yesterday had conversations with 2 people in a week's time, and each one of them led her to more people and more people and more people to talk to. It's about being kind and opening your world up. The world is a big place. It's a giant networking meeting. You do know the right people, and that's an excuse. So I want to end this video by telling you to just do it. Excuses hold you back, and actions move you forward. Be stronger than your excuses. If you got some value out of this video, do me a favor and share it, or tag somebody in the comments below, and let me know what you thought of this video by commenting as well. I'm going to drop the link to my brand new course, Rise Above the Noise, and stop caring what other people think. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it.